Welcome back. Another in our series of meeting some of the students that attended the Digital Video Technology and Television Production Technology programs of study. And, you know, to use that phrase, this is not subject matter like you've ever known it before. This is coming and living with the mean old guy for 9 months and getting shot down and getting griped at and getting put under the gun and put under pressure. And we've got Diana Buchanan here right now. Diana is a graduating high school student, senior in high school, and also at the same time attended her first year of college simultaneously. When we come back, we're going to talk to Diana about her experiences as opposed to Mr. Castro's, who we just spoke to, and maybe get her insight into the program, maybe get a little bit different perspective. This is one you're probably not going to want to miss. We offer something, it's easy for me to say, pretty special, and hopefully if you come join us and see what we got, you're going to consider it special too. We'll be right back. Welcome back. As mentioned, our guest right now is Diana Buchanan. Thank you for taking the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You have blossomed as a young lady, as a student, as a person since you started our class. And congratulations for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
I've got 4 kids and 8 grandkids, and many of the grandkids are about your age. When you started, I think I mentioned a time or two that I'm going to treat you like my children, like my grandchildren. I'm mean when I have to be, and I tell you did well when that's appropriate. Do you feel that I am fair or have been fair as an instructor throughout the year?
Yeah, I feel like definitely your style of teaching has opened my eyes in the sense of fair and what it is to everybody individually. I think coming into this class, I had an idea that fair was kind of only what I wanted. And coming into the class, seeing that everybody has their own opinions and everybody sees and views fair as different. And I do think you are very fair in every aspect of what fair can mean to anybody.
You're blowing my socks off here. For you to say that and to admit that you've changed, I mean, that's huge for me. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I think that this is more about lifestyle. It's more about growing up. It's more about learning what life is all about. A lot of photography in there. We have fun. Mm-hmm. There are times that are not so much fun. I'd like to think at the end of the day, it builds character. It builds camaraderie. You're pretty tight with everybody that's in our class. I think that we end up a family at the end of the year. Were somebody to come in and attack one of us, I think everybody else would jump right in there. I think that. So thank you for that. Coming into, I asked Omar the same question. Before you started the class, what were your thoughts? You already talked about what you thought was going to be fair, but what did you expect?
Honestly, I had no real idea of what exactly I wanted to do. I knew I had an interest in photography, and I knew that was the direction that I wanted to head in. And I saw this program, and it was kind of like the first thing that I'd seen like in this like realm, and it interested me so much that whenever I came and I saw the studio and I saw exactly what it was going to be, that it really interested me and realized that this is where I can see myself not only learning everything that I want to learn and hope to learn, but learning the things that I don't necessarily want to learn and the things that can go hand in hand with photography and every aspect of it so that I can leave well prepared. And I truly do think that it has prepared me to leave and go out in the real world and get a job and, you know, get ready for everything that the world has to offer.
I met with you and your mom for a couple of hours, and I think you'll agree that I spent half the time telling you the bad parts of the program, the things that you were not going to like. You nodded and smiled, but you didn't really take it seriously, did you?
Probably not necessarily.
And you're not the Lone Ranger. I mean, that's generally what I run into. But you can see now why I want to preclude people wasting their time and consequently wasting mine by coming into the class and then finding out it's really not for them, or it's not really what they thought it was going to be. Is it true? I asked Omar the question. Do you feel that it is true that this is work?
I definitely do think it's work, but at the same time, I know that exactly what I'm doing is going to get me in the direction of where I want to go. It definitely gets hard at times, and at times I'm like, why am I even here right now? But then I'm like, I wouldn't be where I eventually want to be without these little steps, these little milestones, and these little difficult parts of the day. And so I think that helps me get through the work every single day, is because in 3 weeks I'll be out of here, and in a week and a half I'll graduate, and it's like I know that every step that I'm taking is getting me to where I want to be.
Learning that life isn't fair, learning that life is nothing but work. Some of it you're going to like, some of it you're not going to like, but it's all work. There's no skating through life.
Yeah.
You can do it for a little while, but to what end? It's going to end up being detrimental to you. You've matured as a young lady. I've loved watching you grow up, as it were. You came as a young adult. You're still a young adult, but I see changes. I see changes in every single one of my students. And you change me just as much. I don't know if you realize that or not. Every student that I have over time does something to change me and makes me a better person, no doubt. I've never had much patience. Some would argue I still don't have much patience. I have a whole lot more than I used to have. And I truly enjoy teaching for different reasons that you as a student help me to realize as we go. Is there anything that you would offer to somebody if they were interested perhaps in being a creative, being a content creator, which is obviously well overused? If somebody wanted to get into audio production, television, video, photography, this would be a good starting place for any of those things. What would you say to somebody that might have that inkling, just to interest them enough to come maybe sit in and shadow the class for a little bit? What could you say to them to tell them what this class is about in a very short manner, but maybe pique their interest to the point where they would at least spend a few minutes with us?
Yeah, I would say it's definitely, like you said, it's definitely not for everybody. But to want to still come after hearing that it isn't for everybody, even just that is enough to interest somebody and point someone in the direction of even just coming to shadow. But I would say, don't, kind of like Omar had said, don't knock it until you try it. Just come and just, even if it's for a couple hours, even if it's for a day, just to come and see exactly what it is, because it's a lot more than meets the eye. And it really encompasses everything that photo, video has. And it's opened my eyes about what all of this really is. And so I would recommend it to anybody.
Do you think it's fair to say that a lot of people come into the class with the wrong idea of what photography really is? I mean, I know you just got done saying that basic thing, but they don't think about the business, about the taxes, about liability, about working hard to get along with clients, about not getting paid. What do you do if somebody sues you? On and on and on. If the people really knew before they started a business, they probably would never start that business.
Yeah.
But is it fair to say that this prepares you for some of that?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think not only in the life skills aspect, but in the communication skills and in the business side and in every aspect that you don't really think about. Obviously, a lot of people are going to like snapping a picture and then editing it, but it's like, in order for that to become a good business, it's a lot of stuff that comes from behind that. So I do definitely think it's helped me and prepared me in every aspect of starting a business, whether it's getting an LLC, building a website, social media. I think all of it has helped in tremendous ways.
What does the term word of the day mean to you?
Word of the day just means a word, honestly, just another word to expand your vocabulary. I mean,
You've become quite familiar with words of the day.
I have become quite familiar with words of the day, and I've grown to love them, even though in the beginning the paragraphs did get annoying. But I definitely have seen the benefit of words of the day.
And your writing skill, in spite of yourself, has improved tremendously, right?
Yeah, I go home and I use words, and I'm like, y'all know what that is, Mom and Dad? And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, I do, so.
Thank you for being my student.
You're welcome. I've enjoyed it.
I mean that. Thank you. Guys, if I do one more of these, I'm going to start crying. Life is good. If you've got an interest in being a teacher, I have one student right now who professes to possibly want to go that route. I've got another student who I keep telling should probably go that route. It's such a rewarding profession. All we see on TV and the news is the secondary education, elementary education, all of which have their own problems. Once you get at this level in a technical college setting, you can be real, and you have such latitude to be able to communicate and to make the world a better place, more importantly, to become a better person through your students. We'll be right back.